Eric Dierks' retired racehorse training project is made possible by Draper Equine Therapy, Flair Nasal Strips, Little Mountain Farm Supply, Farmhouse Tack, and Cosequin.
I'm Eric Dierks, and this is Brazilian Wedding. We're at 2.5 weeks into the Trainer's Challenge. Let's see what we have accomplished. When you hop on a horse's back straight on without warming her up on the ground, is that you got to give yourself plenty of room to walk, plenty of time to walk. Let her backs warm up. And I do a nice progression with tightening up the girth as well. The barn is way back there. I walked all the way up here. Let her back warm up. Let her realize that it's time we're going to go to work. So we're going to just tighten up the girth a little bit. Also, I have my stirrups hanging. When I'm walking her around, just let her get used to the stirrups banging on her sides. Adjust the stirrup length according to where you need it. You don't want to be adjusting your stirrup length when you're on off the track thoroughbred within the first month right away. So, and you'll see that my goal maybe by the end of the session is to jump a jump. I will get off the horse and adjust the stirrups to make them a little shorter. When I'm training these younger horses or these less experienced horses, I'm always riding with a slightly shorter stirrup than, let's say, a dressage length. That's only because I could lower my center of gravity as well to go with my horse. I don't necessarily hop on these horses with the big dressage saddle because it gives me less room to move around. I like to be able to be free to move around and move with my horse if my horse tends to buck or move out from underneath me. So we're going to go about hopping on the horse now. Before I get to the mounting block, I'll put the reins over the head. Lead her on up. I still have my mounting block placed with an object on the opposing side so that the horse doesn't move away from me when I go to hop on. I stand in front of the horse so she doesn't walk through me. Take both reins, place them in your left hand and on the mane. Get on, put your feet in the stirrups, and that's already way better than when we first saw about a week ago. So now she's walking away quite nice and relaxed. And remember, my plan now is to do the work and the walk to make sure we get relaxation before I just get right on into the workout with trotting. So I'm going to spend some time walking around these jumps and talk a little bit about what I'm working for. So first off, we always want to start off with a loose horse. As we saw last time, we were working on getting her neck to stretch, lengthen to the length of rein. I didn't put too much contact on her. I wanted her to stretch to the contact. Today I'm breaking up the body a little bit with smaller circles than I did last time. Last time I stayed on like a 50-meter size circle. Today I'm going right to 15-meter circles and 10-meter circles. This is getting the horse to bend a little bit more. And as the horse goes to balance around a smaller circle, they have to change their body type. They shorten their outline. As long as I'm still asking the horse to go forward, then they start to engage, which means that they start to get their hind feet stepping quicker underneath them to stay level on their feet, hence being balanced. The shorter the outline of the horse, going from back to front, the more collected I have the horse. The more power I have coming from the horse. The better the horse collects and balances, the easier the horse can do upward and downward transitions and jump and do many other tasks. There is a reason why I'm so efficient with my training. I ride by a certain scale. I break it down to 4 points. First, I focus on my position, making sure that I'm balanced and out of the horse's way. I'm not hindering the horse's balance. 2, that my horse is forward, that my horse is willing to go forward. He wants to march forward from my legs. There's no hesitation. I call that engine. 3, that I'm riding my intended track, that the feet are moving on the track that I want them to go on. that includes straightness of the horse. That also includes bend of the horse on the circle. And 4 is tempo. I'm in control of the speed of the cadence. Rhythm and tempo are two different things. Tempo is the speed of the cadence. Rhythm is something that is the timing between the footfalls. So in the walk, we have a 4-beat rhythm. In the trot, a 2-beat rhythm. In the canter, a 3-beat rhythm. Rhythm is something that I cannot dictate or teach the horse. But one thing I am in control of is the tempo. Rhythm is almost the end result of the horse being in balance. So don't dictate rhythm to get balance. Rhythm is the example of balance. So right now, as I'm walking around this circle here, I'm going to first make sure my position is in check, that I'm in a balanced state, that my feet are level in both stirrups, that I'm sitting on my seat bones, that my hands are carrying themselves. A big thing that I'm always correcting from riders is their hands. Make sure the hands are being carried out in front of you, and then the horse starts to carry your weight of your hands. When the hands widen apart or the hands get lowered, they go against the bars of the mouth. So the rider's balanced on the bars of the mouth. This is a bad example. Here's where you want to be. Carry your hands up so that the horse could willingly stretch to the bit. So the pressure of the bit is always going upward in the corners of the mouth, allowing the mouth to chew and the tongue can be free. See, as a result now, walking here on the circle, she starts to push her neck forward and push her pole forward into my contact. That enables her back to be loose and free and carry my weight. It also makes her use her abdominal muscles to carry my weight and allows the hind end to be freely stepping forward. Look how she accepts the bit now today. She's relaxed. The more I push with my leg into the contact, the more she pushes forward into the contact. Number 2 was engine. I have activity to the stride. My walk has purpose. It's going somewhere. Number 3, I'm riding a round circle. I'm making sure that she's not falling into the jump here. She's turning around the jump. I'm including bend on the circle as well. And she's not leaning through one rein or the other. She stays centered into my reins. Number 4, I'm controlling the tempo. She could get quick in the walk, so I slow down the tempo of the walk. This allows her some time to figure out her own balance. Look at her ears go off to the side. And I just hopped on this horse. This is just the beginning of the warm-up. Now that she's accepted this contact, I'm going to let her have all the reins and stretch. This is going to help the horse relax more and more into my workout. We're about 5 minutes now into our warm-up. I'm going to include this on the right-hand side as well. Watch how I go through the 4 steps as I take up the contact. When I leave them at the long rein, this is their time to relax. I'm not expecting her to be in balance right now. You could see the change in the walk. Her walk is speeding up a little bit. Her outline has become quite flat, and she's looking for me to balance her. It's almost like 2 dancers together. I have to be the leader in the dance, but not dictate where her feet go. So I'm going to go back here to the same circle. I took up on my contact, and I again put my position in check. My hands are up together in front of me. I make sure that she stays active in front of me because as I took up the rein contact, she slowed down behind my leg. Now I'm riding the track, including the bend of the circle. I squeeze and give at the inside rein, including just a little bend. Very good. But when I work on this right bend, I'm making sure that the outside shoulder, her left shoulder, doesn't run through my outside rein. Now she is starting to shorten her whole outline, and not just the neck, but her tail to the nose. Her neck is to remain long and stretched to the bit. So I get her to use all her muscle groups. And by me working on the same scale, the horse figures out their own balance and becomes in rhythm, which makes a very nice picture. Very good. She's accepting the contact. She's going into it. This is a good result. So now I'm going to let the reins stretch through my fingers and let her relax again. So letting her relax would be like me right now hanging loose. I'm not using my core to sit up straight. I'm not in balance right now. I'm relaxed with my body. Or let's say you're sitting on the couch or standing with your weight more on one foot than the other. But now I put myself in balance. I stretch my core. My feet are even in the stirrups. Now I'm going to put her in balance. I feel the weight to the corners of the mouth. I push with my legs into the contact. She willingly stretches her pole into the contact. Look at this stretch. Beautifully done. And she accepts it. Now I give her the contact again. So it's not how long I can hold that balance, but it's how efficiently I can get it that the horse relays this into his brain. And then they become very educated. Now we're going to work with some trot. So before I pick up the trot, I'm going to take up my reins to balance the walk. And what I'm going to do before my trot transition is I'm going to slow up the walk. So I encourage the horse to trot into the contact. And she may come hollow, but I'm not going to dictate where her head goes. I slow up the walk a little bit more, but keep activity. You could see her compress her frame a little bit. She's compressing her outline. Now I'm going to just close my leg into the trot, just one squeeze. Good girl. And stay on the circle. Very good. This is very nice balance on the circle. I go through my 4 points again. First, I'm in a balanced position. My hands are in front of me. My leg is long. I'm not pinching my knees. I'm posting up to my hand. My chin is up. My hands are together. The only hand that may be allowed to open up away from the neck may be the inside rein. I'll occasionally open the inside rein to indicate the bend. But if I open the outside rein, meaning my right hand away from the neck, I'm taking away the horse's source of balance. You want them to balance into the outside rein, but no more weight than, let's say, a pack of gum. Very good. She is now balanced on this small circle, shortening her outline, being on her feet. She's using muscle groups as if somebody were to do, let's say, crunches, or to lower their weight of center of gravity by bringing their head down to the ground and feeling that overall muscle burn through their core and their thighs. Very good. This is very nice. Now I'm going to walk before I change direction, because I'm going to slow down her change of direction. I walk. Good. Now I'm going to change the direction, meaning change the bend. Good girl. Prepare to trot by slowing down the walk, but keeping the energy. Good. Close the leg and squeeze with both legs into the trot. Good. And then release. That was a fairly round transition as well. When I use my leg, or any aid, my aids, meaning my hands, my voice, my legs, there's always a beginning and an end to the aid. When I squeezed with my leg, I squeezed and then released the aid as soon as the horse gave me the trot. Here she's getting a little frantic. I stay in my balanced position, indicating the bend, and let her sort out her own balance. Very good girl. I talk to the horse quite a bit when I'm working as well. I'll give you an example when I talk. Good girl. Give me a little bit more bend here. That's nice. A little squeeze and give at the inside rein. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. And then if we get a nice balance here, we're going to walk and change direction again. Good. Now we're going to prepare for the walk. We'll do the circle one more time as we prepare for the walk. I'm going to slow up the trot, but keep it active. Slow it up, preparing for the walk. And squeeze with both hands and legs. Change the bend. Change the bend a little bit more. If I don't get my change of bend, I'm not going to trot right away. There, now I got a nice change of bend. Now I'm going to ask her to trot and close my leg. Come, good girl, very nice. I'm slowing her whole game down. Very nice here. Very good. Give me a nice change of bend. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change circles without the walk transition. And let's see how she changes the bend without running through my aids. Good. And change the bend to the right. Not bad. A little rushy here. Slow it down. Slow her down. There you go. Good. Now we're going to change the bend again to the left. Good. Squeeze and give it the inside rein. She ran through that a little bit. Very good here. Good. Slower. Now we're going to change the bend to the right. Now, I like to work around the jumps like this because they give me focal points. The horse then also gets quite relaxed being around the jumps. Squeeze and give it the inside rein. See here, she wants to fall in, so I'm going to work with this a little bit. Again, I work with this by going through my scale. I stay balanced in my position. She's got plenty of engine, but she wants to fall in through her track. So I squeeze and give it the inside rein. See, right there, she fell in. Squeeze and give it the inside rein. Use my right leg, slowing it down. There, she's figuring it out. Good. I'm firm with my rein aids now too. You'll see her sometimes fight the rein aids. That's okay, as long as I'm not pulling back. But she cannot run through me. And how? That's through my upper body control. There's no way I can overpower a horse with my arm strength. There we go. See there, now we got a nice bend. And there she's staying in rhythm around the circle. Very good. So now we'll go to the left. So whenever I get something that I like or that shows me some improvement, not necessarily perfection, I change. I do something different. It refreshes the horse. Look at this trot now. It's starting to come rounder and become springier as a result of the horse accepting contact and becoming active into the contact. There she ran through it. See, occasionally my left hand will open up away from the neck, but I try to keep my hands together as close as I can and let her carry the weight of my arms. There we go. Good. 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 There. Here she softened into my contact. Good girl. Give her a reward and tell her. Now we're going to work on our canter departs. I changed location for my canter departs because I don't want to be circling amongst all those jumps in case I lose control and all of a sudden I'm confronted with a jump I do not want to go over. So this is a lot safer in this area. From last time, I'm decreasing the size of the circle a bit more too. I'm asking this horse to work now for us. Last week, we were just asking the horse to be loose and forward going. Today, I'm asking the horse to be compressed in the canter to enable the horse to jump more. So now, or enable the horse to be able to jump for the future. So, right now, I work from the walk, and I'm going to attempt trying to canter from the walk. I like cantering from the walk or teaching the horse to canter from the walk because it slows down their brain. They start to learn the aids for canter. Making sure that I stay tall for my transition. It's very easy to get ahead of your horse for a downward, upward transition into the canter. Look how well she's accepting the contact in the walk though. But you don't want to surprise the horse for the canter. So I make sure that the walk is active. Come, 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 come. See how the feet moved a little quicker without her outline getting bigger. I place my outside leg slightly behind the girth, and I ask with the inside leg to canter. Not bad, very good. Come. Now I keep the size of the circle smaller because the horse is now wants to balance by shortening your outline. You can see the horse fall in there, but I'm being firm with my contact. My inside leg is on the horse. You see my hands are still together. I sit into the horse's back, moving my seat with the horse. Good. I keep the weight to the outside rein, but my arms are always giving. I'm working a bit more inside bend, and if I feel the horse soften to me, there we go. She's starting to soften into me here. Now we're starting to get a bounce canter. Very nice here. As it's starting to come around, I'm going to walk. Stay tall, close both my legs, stay tall, raise the hand even. Good, relax, give her a pet. Good girl. Now, I don't want to canter forever because it's harder for her to hold that outline. It's very important to get quality steps. The transition being the most important step. The transition later on, every stride will feel like a transition. So that is the moment that horse has to lower their center of gravity to step into the canter. I like that transition. It wasn't clearly from the walk yet, but it was a very good effort. So now we're going to change direction. Note how I give her a little break. I got what I want. I change direction to the right. And now I'll take up the rein contact. Again, focusing on my 4 points. My position, my engine level, my track, and my tempo. As I work for this canter transition, I almost prefer going towards the wall. It helps out for the lead. So I'm going to make a full circle here. I'm working on the bend. And just before the transition, not 10 strides before the transition, just before the transition, shorten the walk a bit, be active, stay extra tall, my outside leg is back, and I close the right leg for the transition. Okay, she picked up the wrong lead, but that's okay. I'm not frantic about it, trying to push her for the correct lead. I want to make sure my aids are very correct and clear. So I ask again. I ask for a little bit more inside bend. My outside leg is back, and I ask again. There we go. Now we got the proper lead. This is good. Good girl. Good girl. And her right lead is better than her left today. This is not unusual that they become stronger on one side over the other and change their stronger sides. Very good here. Nice flight curve to the canter. I could feel like I could jump a jump from this. Slowing it down. Work the inside bend. There. Very good. And now we're going to walk. Slow. I'll make her walk a little bit into contact here this time. Very good. A nice completion to the aid. Very good girl. And I'll probably repeat that maybe 3 times on each direction to slowly build up the horse. This is really important that you do less canter time cantering. Like I said earlier, it's not how long you can hold a balanced canter, but it's how efficient that you can get it. And when you get it, give them a break and a pet because they're making a big effort to carry your weight and be in balance. It takes a lot of effort, and we want our horses to work for us. So now I plan to jump. Note I didn't work on too much canter time because I want her strength to be for the jump. I don't want to wear her out and have her have a bad jumping experience. She's only jumped once now before, so we're going to see what we have. But I hopped off my horse because I'm going to shorten my stirrups first. I don't want to shorten the stirrups yet while I'm sitting on top of her. It takes a lot of trust. You could see, even standing here, she doesn't completely trust, though way better than 2.5 weeks ago. I don't mind her walking around me as I'm changing the stirrup length. I don't want to overcorrect this horse. Every horse is different, But her, if I get after her, she actually gets a bit frantic. There, she's even starting to relax around me now. She realizes I'm a pretty good guy. Good, that was nice. She stood there quite well. I will go about hopping on her again. Her demeanor's relaxing more and more when I'm hopping on her as well. Slow her up to the mounting block so she doesn't run through me. Look how she's starting to slow down her steps to the mounting block. She's getting the routine down. I'm holding on to the mane. I still don't feel comfortable making her stand there yet. But it's getting closer. The more comfortable she gets, that's when I'm going to let her stand there. Okay, so same rules apply for jumping. I have to follow my 4 points, and they have to be in this order. First, that I'm in a balanced position. 2, that I have energy to the trot that I'm going to go with to this jump. 3, that I'm following my track. 4, that I'm in my controlled tempo. Tempo is something I'm in control of. These 4 points are all 4 points that I am in control of. I am not in control of the horse's mind. I'm in control of my position, the engine, the track, and the tempo. Later on, when you canter jumps, these 4 points are the ingredients of getting a nearly perfect distance to a jump, because you will have a balanced horse, and the horse will have flight curve to the canter, and the canter can easily adjust to the jump, so every jump will look like they come right out of stride. Essentially, every jump is a continuation of the canter stride. Today, we're just trotting jumps, because her canter is not quite established yet. But introducing the jumps to her will be quite easy, because we've always been trotting over rails and over Liverpools and all kinds of introductions. So she's had a nice slow introduction to this jumping phase. Shorten up my reins. I encourage the horse to balance again in the walk. Then we pick up the trot. And we're going to go for a very nice, long, straight approach. Here she's a little frantic, that's okay. Note how I keep my position in check. She's got plenty of engine. I'm putting her on my track, and the biggest thing I'm controlling right now is my tempo. She wants to run through me. I slow down the tempo, but about 6 strides away from the jump, I'm going to soften the reins to encourage her to use her neck. Now I soften the reins, I close my leg, and she figures it out. Note, I just had a supportive leg. I bring her down to the walk here. Good girl. Good girl. So that was her first jump, and very educational, because you could see her dance in front of it. But I didn't kick her, I didn't cluck, I didn't chase her. I just remained supportive behind her with my legs. Now we're going to do this back the other way. Slow it down. She's getting in a little bit of a rush. Slow down her tempo. Stay tall. My hands are together. Here's where I could soften my arms. I keep my leg on. There, she took her time beautifully there. I canter away. Now slow up into the trot. I don't get panicky about her cantering away. Matter of fact, I'll go with her a couple strides. And now we'll walk. So to get control in the after the jump, make sure you go through the 3 gates. Balance the canter, balance the trot, then walk, instead of immediately feeling that you need to walk to get control. Get comfortable with the gate after the jump and working with her. Now we'll try a little higher jump, because she gave us what we wanted. I don't want her to get bored. That was a good jump. She listened to me beautifully, and she didn't go racing off my leg. She simply listened to my leg and gave me the effort. She looked at the jump, assessed the jump, and jumped the jump. Instead of going, I gotta get to the other side because this person's gonna push me through it. I want her to be a thinking horse. Now we'll do it slightly bigger. Now she gets a little excited about jumping, but this too, with time, will become more and more relaxed if I keep riding the way I am. I'm becoming soft here. I slow her up, then soften the reins, slow it down a little bit again, and now I'm soft. You stay at my tempo, slow, supportive with my leg. There you go, good girl. Hand it away. Go with her with the canter. Now ease into the trot. Slow, slow. Balance the trot. Slow. Good girl. And now we walk. Good, good. She's quite brave. This is her second day jumping. She's already good. Go for it. We may have to make her an eventer yet. All right, one more time. And we'll trot on. Very good. There, right here. This is a really good trot now. She's listening beautifully, staying between my legs. Now soften the reins, close my leg. Beautiful job there, beautiful job. And low, she's not running away from the jump. I could trot, because she was on the incorrect lead before I turn. Very good. See, this is a lot more relaxed picture. Slower in the trot, slower. Easy, good girl. Super. And now we walk. Good girl. Very nice. I like those 4 jumps. She's a thinking horse for her introduction to jumping. This is a very nice way to end the jumping. However, for my workouts with this horse, I end on something different. I don't want to end with the jump. I'm going to end with some nice, slow, long and low work. She'll tell me whether or not we trot in that long and low work. I'll start it out in the walk just to have her brain slow down now after that little jump school. The worst thing I could do is jump a horse over big stuff and then them go back to the barn thinking, what was that we did? I always try to simplify the exercise before I go back to the barn. So my horse is always willing to look forward to their next workout. So here we're going to walk a little bit, just like we started our workout. Let's chill out. We're going to work her till she stretches her whole top line. So I'll go back to my circles, because my circles actually help me. I don't like to dictate anything from the horse. I like the horse to figure out their own balance for themselves. There, note how her brain is starting to slow down here already. Very good. Do a little bit of inside bend. Slow it down even a little bit more. Yes, good girl. Always stretching. Very good. Now she's giving me a nice feeling here. Her brain is slow. She's not going back to the barn in the sense of, what did we just do today? I want her brain to slow down. There, lovely here. She's listening to me. Very nice. So then my horse, now she's acknowledging my reward. This is very good. She didn't run away when I gave her a pet. I give her a little long and low signal again, pushing my seat in deeper. Push into it. There, good. I give her a pet. Note how she slowed down as I'm giving her the pet. She's acknowledging my rewards, and this is a really good state of mind to end with.
Eric Dierks' retired racehorse training project is made possible by Draper Equine Therapy, Flair Nasal Strips, Little Mountain Farm Supply, Farmhouse Tack, and Cosequin.